Before you watch this video, I'm going to warn you now, there's going to be a lot of cursing, profanity, sexual innuendos, and a bunch of penis references. So if you are an emotional little pansy who find this offensive and shouldn't be on YouTube, close your fucking browser, bitch.
For generations, people has always been telling me, you know, you should do the D-Train review. Well, guess what? I'm finally fucking doing it. So now, this is the review. The goddamn D-Train. This is the D-Train. The D starts off at Norwood, 205th Street in the Bronx, turning into Bedford Park, meeting with the B. The two move down the Concourse line to 145th Street, meeting with the A and C on the upper level. Discharge! After that, they all move down Central Park West to 59th Street, Columbus Circle. The B and D split up with the A and C and go down passing 7th Avenue, meeting with the A to 6th Avenue. Once they get to 4750th Street, Rockefeller Center, they meet up with the F and M. Once that happens, the B and D goes on the express track, while the F and M go down the local track down 6th Avenue. Once the four of them get to Broadway Lafayette, the B and D split from the F and M and go over the Manhattan Bridge. While getting off the bridge, the B splits up with the D and goes with the Q down Brighton. Meanwhile, the D meets up with the N in this whole clusterfuck, and both of them travel down Express to Atlantic Avenue. Barclays? Meeting with the R. The D and N travel together down Express down 4th Avenue, while the R handles the local all the way down to 36th Street. Once the three get to 36th Street, the D splits up from the N and R and go down the West End line to Coney Island. At night, the D goes local with the N down 4th Avenue to 36th Street, then to Coney Island. Back in the day, the D used to go down Brighton with the Q, which is what us old school fans remember. Now, the equipment that the D uses is R68s, and sometimes an R68A if you're lucky. Seeing other equipment on the D is rare because all Concourse Yard wants is R68s. Now, I don't hate the R68s, it's just seeing them on a D is bland as fuck. As a child, I love seeing them on the D because of their shiny interior, but as an adult, it's just meh. I'm not gonna lie, Concourse Yard does put in work taking care of the R68s and 68As. At the same time, it's been 20 some odd years that the R68s have been on the D. Before these times, the D on the overnights used to use R40 slants, R40 mods, and R42s. Now as far as the D's timing is concerned, it's okay during the day, but overnight kinda sucks. It's not as bad as the A, though I'd say it's right underneath the R. On the overnights, the D is every 20 to 25 minutes, depending on construction or a slow-ass train operator. Now the D itself isn't a bad line altogether, but it can put you to sleep in certain sections, like West End.
Too many damn stations.
The B used to deal with that shit. No wonder why my grandmother never took the B to Coney Island back in the day. You know, it's shit like that that makes you think. And some of Concourse. But I like Concourse, I'm not gonna lie.
Remember, don't sleep on the D. Remember, the D is still one of the most dangerous lines in New York City transit. The D-Train nowadays has become one of the most greatest memes in meme history because of the fact that it's the D-Train. The D, for Christ's sake.
Now let's hear from the people.
On the D. It's a pretty good basic train. The frequency of service is pretty good. Yeah, he's like this in the window. My only complaint about it is that it's very, so to speak, homogenous when it comes to transferability to other trains. Like, only at, I think, Herald Square with the NQ and the R, the 4 at Yankee Stadium and other major stops that it only gives you transfers to other trains that are not orange. Because this morning, I was trying to get my girlfriend to my house and we fell asleep on the D. Shut up. Yes. So we were on the D, good ride and we fell asleep.
Okay, the whole B&D fight thing that I was talking about, it's the reason why is during game day with the Yankees, it gets this train and the B gets crowded as fuck. And there's usually, once in a while, you know, a dumbass decides to fight. And it can sometimes cause delays in the service and all that shit. But I haven't heard too much about fights, you know, the game day trains go pretty well. It's just occasionally you got something that would throw a monkey wrench into it, and let's just say it'll make a lot of Yankee fans unhappy. And also, sometimes if it's the Boston Red Sox, sometimes those motherfuckers can be fighting too. So.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the D-Train review. Big, long, job done. But enough of my penis. The D starts in the Bronx, goes to Brooklyn. Long ass ride, good ass equipment. Uses only the 68s. Everybody loves the French bitches. Who wouldn't? Yeah, they're fat and heavy, but they're fast. And occasionally the 68As. Nah, mediocre, but still good. So, people talk about, oh, we need an express on the West End and all that shit, but it's not necessary. Stations out there are dead empty. That's why the M got cut. It's not coming back. Stop wishing for it. Grow the fuck up. Fucking virgins. But anyways, the D. Go ride the D. Just not my D. Yeah, fuck.
Now for the moment that you've all been waiting for. Obligatory D-Train jokes! The D is 75 foot in length, and that's a very long D if you know what I mean. Had you had your daily dose of vitamin D today? What's the barely passing grade in Sonic Adventure 2? D! Now if the V was still here and got rerouted by a concourse, they would call it the Inter-Concourse Geo. See, the one thing the D used to do during the daytime during 6th Avenue construction was chase after the V on the local track, trying to F it from behind. The one thing you don't want to do is get hit by the D train. Therefore, you're getting smacked by the D. Go to Concourse Yard and you'll see all the Ds lined up in the yard waiting for you to ride on. They also have a car wash so that way they can wash all the Ds in one spot. Gangbang. Now if you have an R32D, that's the black man's D. You're gonna need all the protection you can get with that one. And if you notice, the D and the B are both together on Concourse. It makes you think. If you send up a D on Concourse Express, meanwhile you got two Bs on a local track on both sides, going uptown and downtown, you have to slide the D right between those two Bs. You know, back in the day, we had a D train. Yep, it's real. 10 Hey, what's the fourth letter of the alphabet? D. Every time the D goes inside of a tunnel, it's basically intercourse happening. It's funny, you can be on the D, and the D on Central Park West meets up with the A. Then it also meets up with the M on 6th Avenue. Then it meets up with the N on the Manhattan Bridge. Put that all together and you get damn! Now the D itself can do better. There's a lot of things that can be done for the D. But my main issue is just the equipment. I love the R68s. Trust me, I do. I just wish we had more than one car type on the D. I mean, yeah, I understand Concourse Yard and the crew is in love with those cars, and that's what they mainly focus on. But at the same time, let's say if some new and unfamiliar equipment comes in, and it's assigned for the B and D. What then? Think about it. There's not really much I can prescribe for the D, other than if it's been up for more than 4 hours, then you might want to go see a doctor about that one. Although I will say that the D just has to work on overnight timing. I mean, the D has had the same schedule for years, but at the same time, sometimes the D likes to pull that shit, where it wants to show the fuck up on its own time when it's ready. Kinda like the Scared D-Train video. Go check that shit out. Link in the description. As far as theme songs go, the D-Train's theme is Get Edgy from Sonic Rush. For any tech train that's on the D, it's the Blaze version of Get Edgy. In fact, during the Rush era from 2005 to 2012, when the era first started, the D was the very first train to receive a theme song from Sonic Rush. So overall, there is a few improvements that need to be done for the D. My main concern is the equipment. Spice it up a little. If the D was like it was back in the day, I'd ride it. Pause. So overall, the D gets a 5 out of 10.
7.5.
So overall, this is Knuckles and the Super Subway Brothers telling you to stand clear of the closing doors.
Damn!